what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the bench. It is a blustery cold Sunday here in Western Pennsylvania. And this is going to be another take in the Flakes, Cakes, and Coins series. And I am smoking out of my Big Ben. Let me get it. It's got that fill in it right there, I think. But I really like this pipe. It's a little thin-walled, so you got to watch. But it works out well. And what am I smoking today? Today we are doing some Gawith and Hoggarth. I'm terrible at that name. Gawith and Hoggarth and Company. Brown Flake Unscented. This is a blend that did a little bit of a wave for me throughout smoking some of it. I will admit that. It does sound like my dogs are wrestling. No microphone again, because I kind of like doing it this way. I've been smoking on this for a month or so. And like I said, it's been a little bit wave of a journey. I was a little more into it, a little less into it. I'm kind of swinging back. I think a lot of it might have to do with the pipe. And some of them, I think, had to do mentally with from reading other people's reviews and stuff. It was putting a little stuff in my head that I didn't think was there. Honestly, it sounds like I heard a cattle up there. I am having a beer today. I am having a Ballast Point Brewing Company Sculpin Grapefruit IPA. And it is very grapefruity. It's very good. It's a little tart, and it kind of, to me, it works with this blend because the tartness of the beer with the sweetness of the Virginias in this blend, they kind of bounce each other off. So let's start this. I have tobaccoreviews.com up right here. And the one I'm reading, because it's kind of weird, but I'm reading the one that says Gawith and Hoggarth and Company, Brown Flake, U.S., and it doesn't mean United States. The U.S. means unscented. Now, I do have the aromatic, which is the scented, but that's for a later date. Okay. As with bright CR flake, I don't know what that means. This is another tobacco that devises its flavor simply from the choice of leaf in this blend. And there's no additional casings or flavorings to enhance the smoke. In other words, some people say that it still has a Lakeland essence, that floral Lakeland essence, but according to them and according to all the websites, it doesn't. People say it does, but there was a guy's review I'll touch where I think maybe people are getting it. Also, the US stands for unscented. This is 83.5% blended Virginia, and they are combined with a relatively high, for English blends at any rate, proportion of Malloy, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, burley at 12.5% to give it flavor and depth to the smoke. And the addition of just 4% Malloy dark fired leaf is sufficient to combat the typical sharpness of the Virginia leaf, resulting in a rounded, medium-strength smoke. Now, if I look down here, once again, it's made, this is Gawith and Hoggarth and Company. It is a Virginia Burley blend. It is a flake cut, and you get it in bulk. You can get it from all your big retailers in bulk. I got this personally from Smoking Pipes. It is made, the country is the United Kingdom, and it is currently available. I'm not going to go through the profile stuff because a lot of times I don't know the profile stuff. Gets 3.46 stars on tobaccoreviews.com, which is nice. Good stars. Not the first review. The second. This guy says this is a beautiful medium-bodied flake. No toppings or casings here. I also get a floral scent, but this is not the Lakeland topping that everyone is talking about. This is what I have perhaps wrongly started to associate with the white Malloy burley that has been toasted and working in combinations with the other burley that is dark fired. So I'm thinking it's the burleys and the Virginias where you're getting that sweetness. And this is where I said in the beginning a little bit in my head, because you're thinking Lakeland blend, because the other ones are Lakeland. And some people say it picks up the Lakeland because they're made in the same factory. I don't think so. I think it's because it's in your head a little bit, and that's all you're thinking is Lakeland. But I think the amount of Virginias in there mixed with some of this toasted and dark-fired burley, that's where you're getting some floral essence and all that, because I have the aromatic over there, and I've been smoking that. That is a Lakeland blend. If you had 2 pipes and you were going back and forth, I think your palate would say, okay, now I'm getting what the Lakeland blend is. But there's a lot of reviews. You know, some people like it, some people hate it. I've come to find with some of these Gawith and Hoggarth blends, it's a love-hate. There's nobody really dead in the middle. I'm leaning toward the one way or the other, but people seem to, they have a strong opinion of their blends. Wow, that is an IPA. Oh, that's got some grapefruit. This is natural grapefruit juice in there, which is, I love grapefruit. So, and I know a lot of people are going to go, ugh, well, I lived in Florida for a long time. Ruby red, good ruby red grown grapefruit. You don't need to put sugar, nothing. You peel it and eat it like an orange, because good, true ruby red grapefruit is incredible. Not the goofy white grapefruit that my grandmother gave me every morning as a kid that you had to put a ½ inch or 2 inches of sugar on. The ruby red grapefruit. Get the good Florida ruby red grapefruit, guys, and you're going to like it. It is super good. I gotta throw a super in. Excuse me. Hey, while I have you here, like, subscribe, share the video around, share the channel around. Like I said, 1,100 subscribers, and I appreciate everybody. But hey, I'd like to double and triple that. I'd like everybody to come and watch my pipe videos. Not in my book. All right. Brown Flake Unscented. It is a Virginia dark-fired Kentucky burley, because they do, I know they're not really Kentucky tobaccos, I don't think, but I do believe the way they're firing them, I think smoking pipes is dark-fired on it. But it's Virginia burley mix. The tin note, I was getting a real sweet note to it, like a tea smell in there. Then I was getting like a dry tea, like a tea bag, that dry tea smell. And I was getting just a big Virginia hit. I wasn't really getting any smokiness, any dark-fired smokiness or anything. And once again, the cut is a flake. I did mess around with dry times on this. Sometimes I wouldn't dry it. Sometimes I let it dry 15 minutes. I think the most I did was 15 minutes. And it seemed to burn and taste good either way. Although I've been drying my tobaccos out a little more because I tend to like them a little drier. All right, I smoked a lot of this out of my cherry wood and my cob pipes at first because I was a little nervous if it did have some Lakeland in there. I did not want it to ghost any of my briar pipes. But after smoking it, I figured there's no Lakeland on here. All right, I said I rubbed it out. I said, I said slightly, it tastes like it has a slightly topped flavor. It is an interesting flavor. I said it is very nice so far. Top note may have been a carryover. This is just an all tobacco flavor blend. The Virginia is out front at the start. The Virginia does back off a little bit, and to me the dark fired really starts in about a quarter of the way through the bowl. I said it has a great aftertaste. I said it's pretty good. It's lovely. I said I'm not a big burley fan, but this blend is great. It's better and deeper as the bowl goes down. And that's the truth. I'm not a big burley fan, but there's not a ton of burley in this. Just enough burley to really round things off and some smokiness and a little nuttiness. And I'm starting, as I smoke more and more, my palate changes to get a little, pick up more on that. I was smoking out of my cob. I said I rubbed it out. I said, was thinking about this blend today, and I was actually craving it just a little bit. I said it has a great retrohale. It's smooth and creamy mouthfeel and a slight cocoa flavor. That's where I'm thinking I'm picking up on them burleys. I said it's very nice out of the cob. I said to me, it has a chocolate bowl room note right here. That's what I get more out of the cob than a briar. But that little whiff there, it smells, it's slightly chocolate, like you are baking a brownie or something. The bowl note is amazing, and it's jogging a memory. I just can't figure out what it is, and I never did figure out. I think it might be an old baking thing, like grandma baking chocolate chip cookies or brownies or something like that. That cocoa smell. I said as the bowl goes down, it just gets better. Smoking it out of my one Rossi pipe. Just a great smoke. The aftertaste is great. I really like the true tobacco flavor. And that's what I mean when people say this is a Lakeland blend. It is not a Lakeland blend. Not to me anyways. And a couple times I folded and stuffed. I've been messing around trying to get some different flavors. Jay Furman was talking to me about that and said maybe try rubbing something out, maybe try folding stuff, because you can get different flavors and nuances depending on how it's burning. I said it took a bit to get it started. I said it had great flavor. I said, this is definitely one that I want to have around on hand. I said, it has an herbal flavor to it. And it's not the floral. I keep saying that, and people are going to say, that's the Lakeland. It's not. It's not the Lakeland blend at all. I have some Lakeland blends coming up, and they are Lakeland blends. But all in all, from the bench, I'm going to give this 3.5 matchsticks, because it's definitely good. I definitely would like to have a couple ounce sitting around. I'd like to see if I have that jar right there, maybe if that sits for 6 months or a year, revisit it, see how the flavors have changed, have melded together. This is not one that I'm going to be mad if it's sold out and I can't get it. Like, yeah, I'll get it when I can get it. And that's why it's 3.5 matchsticks. This isn't one that I'm going to chase down or anything like that. It is a good all-around smoke. I do enjoy it. The flavor's there. It's a good big flavor hit. Not a lot of nicotine. Excuse me. And to me, I don't think this is a Lakeland blend at all. Maybe the one guy's review on Tobacco Reviews was right. He says because they're made in the same factory, it picks up a wee bit of essence of the Lakeland blend. I don't know, but I'm not really getting that. Its sister blend, that's a Lakeland blend. But yeah, it definitely has a good flavor. It has a good, I've smoked this early, I've smoked this late, I've smoked this midday, like I said, with coffee, with wine, and with a couple different beers. And it's good. It just smooths in. It's just like your buddy who's hanging out there. And I got to say, I really enjoyed this blend. I do want to always have some around, but I'm not going to chase it down like I said. So 3.5 matchsticks from the bench. What's going to be coming up next week? I think I'm going to do H&H Old Dark Fired Ready Rub. I'm just about out of it, but I did just get 8 ounces of it, so I think I have enough to do a take on that. And also, if you're here, I got 3 samples from the Briar Fellowship, and their blends are starting to come back out. They're sitting there packaging, so I can't wait for like Nepathy and a couple other ones to come back out. But I can't wait. I'm going to jump into these 3. I don't know if I'm going to do takes on them. I'm going to talk about them. I probably can. There's probably enough to have a few bowls where I could do some takes on them. But I really can't jump into the one right here that says Oriental Balm Heavy Turkish. Come on, that sounds great, doesn't it? Well, hey, it's pretty cold out here in Worcester, Pennsylvania. I think it's 17, 18 degrees out today where I live. So I'm going to relax, probably listen to a podcast, enjoy this beer. I'm going to enjoy this pipe. And that is my take on Gawith and Hoggarth Brown Flake Unscented. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stop back next week for another take in the Flakes, Cakes, and Coins series. Well, hey, from the bench, I'm Noah. Thanks for stopping by.